I got to stay around. So I'm waiting for the homie to pull up. He went to go give me a lighter. So I am going to work out later. Anybody's welcome. Trying to drop content. I don't care how many visuals it is. You guys think I'm on Skunty? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Oh my God. Damn, I did it again. So, yeah, like I said, you guys, you don't know me, dog. You're so trying to figure me out. I ain't boning you guys. Get off my business. You know what I'm about? You guys don't disregard anyways, baby. What's about? So I am going to work out though a little later because I'm kind of glad that the homie went to the store for me because I ate like on a parkboy leva. When I walked away, I put the bowl down because the food wasn't done yet, dumbass. And that wasn't even my bowl. That was for Boris. Facts. And don't talk about Boris or shit like that. That was stupid. You know what I mean? That was dumb. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Boris will bite your ass, dog. Well, I'll bite you. Straight up. Bite your ear. If you were on my show, we was fighting, you was getting me, I'm biting your ear off and everything. Trust me, I would. I'm biting that bitch right off. Oh my God, I did it again. Yeah, so what's it do that? Yeah, so let me tell you guys what else. Let me talk about something else. So okay, last year, right? I won a few Madden tournaments. I won one in San Diego. Man, it was bad. I went like in a lot of these tournaments, you can't take your phone in there because it's like a lot of them are illegal, like gambling houses. No, well, the ones I go to. Like I go to this one right in South Central. I go to this one in South Central, right? And it used to be I used to go to the one in South Central. It's not there no more. They shut it. Well, they didn't shut it down. The old man that used to live there, he moved to Mississippi. Well, he used to have a gambling, like a gambling. It was a gambling house. You can go there. You can get crack. You can get sherm. You can get whatever. Well, before it's not there no more. And they had it was a gambling table. They had a blackjack table. They had a roulette table. They had slot machines. You can get a prostitute there. You can get a guy prostitute there. You can get whatever you wanted there, and there was never no problems. Before you got there, they searched you. There was a big old dude. He passed away. He got killed not too long ago. His name was Bubba, big ass dude. He was like 6'4", 6'5", like 350, solid ass black dude. He wasn't a gang member or nothing. He was like a biker dude. Everybody liked him. Really cool. He had cousins that they used to be right there from A-Train. Everybody like would protect that house. Like it had cameras everywhere, but they had a PS5 and rooms in there, and they was gambling on Madden and everything. So you was going there, and I won a tournament. That was not the one. That's not the one. I didn't say San Diego, did I? It's in South Central. The one in San Diego is something different. I didn't say South Central. The one I'm talking about is South Central. I said South Central, right? I said I'm high. So I'm gonna tell you something. Most of my money that I spend, that I make, because you gotta understand. Not only does you gotta understand, like I'm gonna tell you something, right? I had when I was gone, when I was in prison. What the fuck is this dude at? When I was in prison, right? I made a lot of money. These are facts. Anybody that knows me, if you're doing your homework, they're gonna be like, this fool's doing it. That's what I was known for. Like that's what I've always been known for. Like everywhere I go, like every joint I've ever been to, I've always been that dude to get it cracking. I'm not lying. Like that's how I live. That's how I am. That's how I've always been. Right? I cracked the deputy in the county. These are facts, dog. I cracked the deputy in the county. She got busted with somebody else, and I was the one that had cracked. I got cracked with my lady. Remember that? I got cracked with my lady. I didn't get cracked. They got cracked. I didn't get cracked. They did. They hit my cell and I had nothing in there. What's crazy is the night before they hit the cell, I mean, not the cell, the motel room where my lady and them were at. Hold on, let me get my shirt on. Okay, hold on. Baby, do you understand me now? Baby, do you understand me now? Baby. Where the fuck is Wolf at, dude? Where the hell is this motherfucker at, though? You understand? So, let me finish my story. I gotta come back and get ready to work out. I shouldn't have drunk that soda. I don't really drink soda. I don't really, hold on, I gotta put my chain on when I go outside, though, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of women around here, facts. They all know. I'm gonna tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something real quick, right? All these women that live over here, all these nosy ass women, they know I'm an owner to the home. They all know that, dog. Trust me. I know who's on board. I know who talks. I know who's on the HOA on board. I know all that. They know who goes into meetings, and I'm there every week. You know what I'm about? So, hold up. Put that up too. I got to paint right there. You see that? You see that shit? I got to paint right there because right where I passed it in, it's all new. So I got to paint all right there. And it got dark from when I was sanding, whatever it was. Why'd you do that, dude? Hold on, boys. So, and you see that flag? You see what it is. So, hold on. So, where's this thing at? Is he in his car, dude? Where is he at? Hey, so, alright, what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, so, when they hit the sale, I think, excuse me, I shouldn't have drunk that soda. Yeah, I forgot where I was at now. Oh, no. I think I was talking about the money that I mean, oh, no. I know what I was talking about. I know what I'm going to get at. So, what happened was, well, I forgot. Oh, no. So, we were making money, like a lot of money, right? And we couldn't, my lady couldn't open up a bank account, right? This is like 2018 or 17 to 18. So my mom, there was wherever my lady was at, right? She was living in what happened? Huh? You went already? You went? Yeah. You were calling me? Oh, my bad here.
And I'd have to fix that.
My bad here, fool. I got you right now.
Huh?
Go look it out. I got you right now, though, fool.
Mechanic put up that car, fool.
Oh, is that right?
Fool, I had to run it yesterday, off and on, and when she came and turned on, it went pop, like a spark. Now the one ain't even turn on no more.
Damn. All right, fool. All right, go look it out, dog. Huh? I got you. Bust one of us, fool. I got you, fool. Hey, so, that's the homie. He was got like, how much time you got in the shoe? How much time you do in the shoe?
Me? 7 years.
How many? 7, all right.
All my paperwork saying I'm 100%.
That's tough, see?
100% GP.
See? 100% he's against PC. 100% he's against PCs. He's got 7 years in the shoe.
If they want to see it,
Huh?
if they want to see all my paperwork, I got it all right here.
That's right. See, you want to see his paperwork. So, that's the homie from Riverside. He's from Viva. So, he's a homeowner too. So, him and his wife own. So, he's been out for like, I think he's been out for like, I've been out for like 7. I think I've been out for like I got out in May of 2019. So whatever, however long that is, okay. So he's been out a little bit longer than me. Like I think by like 3 years, 2 years, or no. He got out in 2020, something like that. He's been out long. I forgot. But him and his lady, they're selling their place too. But he's the owner too. So so we couldn't open up a bank account. My lady couldn't, right? And at the time we were doing PayPal, and like on a PayPal account I had like $8,000. On another one I had like $10,000. I'm not lying to you. I'm gonna look for my receipts. I know I have them. My lady might even have them in her case, but all of our paperwork, that all my paperwork is all fucked up. So hers was like that too. So when they hit the when they hit the motel room, they found like 19 grams of garga, all bagged up, and like 19 grams of yerba, all bagged up, and X pills and Xanny bars and all kinds of shit. And liquid acid, we had all that shit. We had everything. We had we had everything we could think of. Right, we had everything we could think of. Everything was coming in, and they knew it. That was on a Sunday though when they hit the pad. Saturday they let the weed come in. Swear to God they did. And then when they hit my cell that night, they thought they were gonna get it. I couldn't get it out because when I came back from visit, I had got it out, right? And cause I brought it back. So that Saturday I brought the weed back, and then they hit my cell that Sunday morning, like at 1 o'clock in the morning before my visit on Sunday, right? So they hit my cell, and hold on. My celly was what's up, boy? My celly was at that time his name was 50. He passed away. He passed away on the streets too. We met up on the streets too, and I had just told him to chill out. He met me at my lady's house. And he got killed in Wilmington, but he was from Linwood. He was from a body of Linwood's Linwood gangsters. His name was 50, like 50 Cent. I was like, man, he tried to tell me he wasn't named after 50 Cent, but I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But he was a lot younger. Good ass homie. Good ass solid dude. Shout out to 50. Rest in peace, 50 Cent. 50 from Linwood. That was my boy right there, Garcia. So he was my celly for like the reason why he ended up being my celly because I moved downstairs because my homeboy Bad Boy moved to transferred to Folsom, and my other homie was leaving to CMC. They were both already leaving. They transpacked. So I was incidental by myself, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go downstairs. Man, I keep cussing. So I'm like, I'm gonna go downstairs with the homie. So I went downstairs with the homie from Largo. Man, I keep cussing. What's his name? Grimy, when I go downstairs, I didn't know Grimy was in trouble. He owed money. I knew I wasn't in Centinela. I was doing my thing money-wise. As far as who was in trouble and all that, I wasn't concerned. I was doing whatever I wanted. Not whatever I wanted, but you know what I mean. Like I was on a money trip. Like homies weren't telling me nothing because I was breaking bread with everybody. You know, I was on a whole other trip. But if you were in trouble and I knew you, I could get you out of it. I would get you out of it. All the fellas were out, so I wasn't getting involved with anything. I was making money instantly. I was not involved with nothing. Just making money. That's it. That's it. Phones and that's it. So, I stood out of everything. I kept getting shelled up with everybody involved though, man. Anyway, so, man, that shit was crazy. So, everybody that I was getting shelled, they were all involved somehow. Like, anyway, so, what happened? Okay, so bam, when I come back with the weed, I took out like maybe enough for a fat blunt, a street blunt, because my lady brought me blunt papers. So I always tell her to bring me blunt papers for me. I used to make a killing. You guys see how I smoke weed, so that's how I was smoking weed in a joint. So I was the bud man, dog. I make money off of weed, so and I live good. So I go to day room because I'm kind of tipsy, right? It was Saturday night. I came back from visit. I smoked a blunt with 50. So one of the homie, he was a porter. He was from Santa Barbara. I can't remember his name, dog. Not from Santa Barbara. He was from Chica's. Big old tall dude. He was a lifer, older. I can't remember his name, dog. But I think it was Lefty, if I'm not mistaken. Well, anyways, he was making pisto, and he was like, "Hey, give me some yerba for some pisto," and I was like, "Yes, fuck it." So I drank 2 cups, and then they were like day room, and it was after chow or something. Yeah, it was after chow, and I drank those two cups because 50 was all loaded off a carga, and I wasn't gonna get high because I was gonna see my girl the next day, right? So I'm all drunk, dog. I'm all fucking, you know, I had 3 cups of pisto. I had like 3 cups of pisto, dog. And plus I'm out there drinking with the homies had pisto. And I'm drinking with all this, like, give me a drink, fool, give me a drink. You know, they're all like, here, fool, man. Hey, Bambino, here, fool, here, you know. So, bam, I'm buzzing. I'm feeling good. I got the yerba on me. I got like, it was like, I don't know. I think that the first day, I think my girl bought me probably like, it was like 18 grams, like 18 grams, 15 grams or something. Well, my boy, the homie, I tell him, "Hey, dog, here, hold this for me, dog. I'll give it to me in the morning, dog." Because on the early unlock, he was gonna go in because he had to go to work. So they do like an hour unlock, like if you want to go in, and then they'll do one more, you know, whatever. So he was like, "Hey, dog, you want me to take it with you?" I go, "Yeah, when you go to work, before you go to work, just drop it off to me, dog." Or I was like, "No." I go, "Yeah, bring it to me in the morning, this will get it." And he was like, "All right, yeah." I was like, "If you want anything, dog, go ahead." And he was like, "Hey, you know, like, hey, gracias, dog." That was my boy, right? So plus I knew him from Pelican Bay. That was my boy. He was set up with my homie before me and my homie showed up, right? So he moved in with my old celly, Noche. So when they raided my pad, when they came to hit my cell, my yerba wasn't with me. You understand me? The homie had it. So they didn't find anything, and they were mad. And what was cool about it is I let the blacks use my phone, because usually when I go to visit, I won't keep a phone in there. And 50 had his own phone, so it's not fair to keep my phone in there if he has a phone, you know, he doesn't have to watch both of them. So I would let my phone out and rent my phone out for the weekend because I would always be in visit. So while I'm in visiting, my phone's being rented out for fucking $50 for 2 hours, all day, you know? So that's what I was doing. I never had my phone on the weekends, and my phone it's always checked out. Like that was my thing. That was like one of my hustles. So bam, there's no phone, there's no nothing, and I think if I'm not mistaken, they got 50's phone that night. They got 50 phones. Yeah, they got 50's phone, not 50 phones, but 50's phone. So, but before that had happened, my mom had told me that. This is why I was going to tell you that story. My mom had said she went to my lady's house, and she was like, "Look, son," she's like, "I went there," and she was like, she had Trader Joe bags full of money. There was like almost $90,000 at my house, at my baby, at my girl's house, in Trader Joe bags that she had in the room and in the bathroom. My mom said they were just packed, and then she had them like covered with white, I think she said paper towels on top of them just to cover them. She said they were all full. She's like, I can't remember how many there were, but so my mom was like, "Sean, what the fuck?" And sometimes my lady would have the windows open, you could see in. And my lady's like real careless. She should be real careless. Like if I'm not around, she'll get real careless like that. So her cousin kept asking us if we could, like, he can borrow money because he wanted to start a little food mom and pop spot, and I kept thinking he was going to bullshit us. Well, that money that was in the bags or whatever, we shot him what he needed to borrow. I'm not going to tell you guys what he needed to borrow to get going. So that one mom and pop restaurant, it turned into 3. But when he borrowed the money though, my mom had the contract written up that if he didn't pay us by such and such date, that our ownership would double, and it did. And he picked the date and everything. It was his time. It was like a 2-year advance and everything. Well, right after that, the 2-year advance and my ownership doubled, the store, the hamburger, I mean the mom and pop, they do everything: hamburgers, breakfast burritos, it's everything. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is, but sometimes I slip and I have the company shirt on or whatever. But that one place turned into 3 places. So in the contract that my mom had written up or whatever, and he can't anytime that they upsize or anything or downsize or whatever, we were to be notified. And if he did any upsizing, we were to be how do you say it? Compensate. Compensate. You know what I'm saying. Fuck, I can't even think. I'm so high. We were supposed to be compensated or whatever. Compensated. You know, so at first it was 18% is what it started off. So now we're 36. We're, as of like 2 years ago, me and my wife became 36%, 35%. It was 35%. Owners of those 3 restaurants. So what we do is every 90 days, it's set up to where if those 3 restaurants together don't make a certain quota, we get paid this much, and if it makes this much, like it's all set up, so we automatically get paid. It's crazy how it does it, but so every 9, it's not my bad. It's every 120. I'm tripping. What's 80 and 80? 160. It's 100 and every 124 days, 121 days, we get a check on whatever based on whatever those 3 restaurants have made. We get a percentage of it, and he can't sell or anything without running it through us. And pretty much there's never been no missing. The only thing what's wrong is he didn't meet the deadline, and he thought we were going to give him a break, and my mom was like, nah, don't. So we didn't. A deal was a deal. I think it was more than enough time, and he was never mean about it or anything. And then on the percentage, when we went to go up to do the contract to update it to the new 35%. It should have been, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it should have been at 38%. And I said to take it down, and he was really grateful by that. I think that's what, yeah, some shit like that. So, but I don't really take care of that shit. That fucking cussing, dude. I'm trying to stop, dog, really, because I just have to. So, yeah, so he can't make any kind of like no kind of business moves or anything or he has to run it through us. And you guys be cool, be safe. I gotta go chill out before I go work out. So you guys have a good one. I'm gonna go relax. I dropped a gang of content today.